Yes, Ariana.
How does it feel to beat Tickle My Fancy?
Ariana, that's a great question. Thank you very much. But before I answer it, I want to talk about our team's performance this week. You know, with our team's back up against the wall, I thought the amount of focus, determination, and energy that our players took to the field this week was simply outstanding. With two of our team captains out with hamstring injuries and ultimately deciding to go with our backup quarterback, we knew it would take all of our team's effort from our starters this week to get this victory. You know, up until this point, it's been an incredibly disappointing season. Sure, we've been eaten alive with injuries. With our second and third round picks out this week and losses to our wide receivers and tight ends every single week, we've surely been at a disadvantage against all of our competitors. Injuries with McKinnon out for the season, Burkhead out for the season, Olsen 4 games, Doyle 5 games, Hilton 2 games, Cook 3 games, Jeffrey 3 games, and in-game injuries which seemingly occur week to week. It's been an uphill battle for us. As the head coach of this team, I have to constantly evaluate this roster and make sure that we have the best team possible each and every week. We've made some tough calls, trading away our starting quarterback and wide receivers, but we aim to field the most competitive roster each week. Now, it's with great pleasure, I stand before you today coming off a win where we destroyed Tickle My Fancy, both physically and emotionally. Physically and emotionally. Now, sure, I have to be honest with you, we expected a win. Heading into this matchup, we've completely dominated our matchups against Tickle My Fancy over the last decade. With this SmackDown, we're now 9-3 against Scott. Now, sure, I stand before you in front of a John Rambo Champions Trophy. Certainly not a Tickle My Fancy's Champions Trophy. But nevertheless, a win is a win. Even if your opponent is an incredibly overhyped opponent by himself and only himself. So as for the playoffs, sure, we aim to make the playoffs. But at 2-4, it's certainly going to be an uphill battle. Sure, over the last 6 years, we've made the championship 4 times. Not playoffs, championships 4 times. So of course, we have high expectations. We'll see how the rest of the season shakes out. I'm not going to take any questions tonight, but I'll remind you that John Rambo has the heart of a champion. Quitting is not an option. And lastly, John Rambo was the team to knock Tickle My Fancy out of first place. Thank you.